Dear friends, on behalf of the Kofi Annan Foundation, I want to thank you all for tuning in to this two-day conference on democracy in East Africa in the age of COVID-19. I think you will agree that the conference could not have come at a more opportune moment. As our keynote speakers, El Haj Assi, who is the chair of our board, Her Excellency Graça Machel, who's also a member of our board, His Excellency Goodluck Jonathan, who's a member of our senior panel, all pointed out the pandemic is the defining crisis of our decade. Its socio-economic and political implications will surely outlast and overshadow its impact on public health. And some of these implications we touched upon over the past 2 days. As the Foundation and its partners already warned in April of this year, some governments around the world have used the pandemic as an excuse to crack down on opposition, criticism, and human rights. Of course, many have had to legitimately curtail some of our liberties in the name of public health. But we have to be vigilant that these are all restored in due course. And as one of our speakers said, we'll have therefore to claw back our freedoms, our democracy, and make sure that health imperatives do not become excuses for authoritarian drift. And this pandemic, let us be clear, did not happen in a vacuum. It magnified some of the challenges and weaknesses that democracies were already facing in the last few years. This conference has looked at some of these challenges, and each panel tried to come up with recommendations on how to address them. As you saw, we try to get a good mix of speakers to address the issue. So we had representatives from governments, from the opposition, from civil society, from the media, from Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, and also from the international community. And each shared his or her valuable insight, perspective. And as a result, I, for one, came away with a much more nuanced and in-depth understanding of the situation in the region. So let me take this opportunity to thank all our speakers for taking the time, sometimes for taking a little bit of a risk in participating in the conference, and particularly the moderators who each played a very important role in the panel discussions. I want to thank you also, all of you who tuned in to listen in and for sending questions sometimes. And finally, let me thank the United Nations Democracy Fund and Facebook for their support to the conference. They were very flexible in adapting to the changes we had to brought given the circumstances. We had planned for an in-person conference, then we decided to hold a hybrid conference, and finally we had to switch entirely to this online format, but I hope you will agree that it worked very, very well. And we have been forced to demonstrate resilience and adaptability to overcome challenges, and so will democracies around the world in the years to come. I thank you and have a good day.